Morning, my friends. Welcome to Fasting Day 20. We are just one day away of coming to a close in this incredible life-changing journey that we've shared together. Remember way back in the beginning on week one, as you began these habits of opening the Bible, seeking God, turning hunter to prayer, you're like, I don't know, man, this is hard to get any sense of rhythm going. Then in week two, those rhythms kind of settle down. You start to get some real focus by seeking God every day. And now week three, these rhythms are like, you're locked and loaded, like you're into these rhythms. So my question is, why would we stop now? We're going to look this week, and we have been, about how do we keep these rhythms going on the other side of the fast. I want to ask you this question today. Why did Jesus die on the cross? I don't know, to reserve a place for me in heaven? Okay, that's for sure. I believe Jesus died on the cross for so much more. He died on the cross to reconcile us into a relationship with God, whereby we can know God personally and deeper, more and more, and walk with God in our everyday life. And that's what we've been learning in these fasts. This is what these rhythms have been all about. You've literally set rhythms in your life of walking with God throughout your day and day by day. That's what we've been doing. Opening our Bibles, seeking God, praying, responding to his nudges. It's been an incredible thing. And we're going to keep that going. Today I want to talk to you about our true food. So let me ask you, what feeds you? What feeds you? Remember, we began with Matthew 4:4 at the beginning of this journey. Jesus said, it's written, man doesn't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. In other words, we can be fed in our souls by seeking God and letting his word, his presence, his guidance be the driving force of our lives. We've learned we're getting fed as we open the Bible. We're fed by the voice of God. As we pray, we're fed by the presence of God. As we respond in obedience throughout the day, we're fed by the guidance of God. It's been an incredible journey, and so let's keep it going. Today we're going to begin John chapter 4. Let me give you a little background here. Jesus is in the southern part of the country, and he wants to return to his home base in the northern part of the country. Back in those days, Jews would cross over the Jordan and go north and then go back to Galilee. Why would you do that? Well, you have Judea, Samaria, and Galilee. Samaritans were in the middle, Samaria, and Jews would always skip that. Why would they do that? Turns out the Jews hated the Samaritans. Samaritans were viewed as half-breeds because they were half Jewish, half Gentile. They had written their own version of the book of Moses. They had their own version of temple worship. And for those reasons and many more, Jews would always skip over the River Jordan, go north, and then go back into Galilee from there. But not Jesus. He followed a nudge from the Father. He went right through Galilee. And he met a woman at the well. And he shared with her about that water you're looking for. I am the living water. And so she comes to faith in him. She goes to tell the townspeople that the Messiah is here. They come, gather around Jesus. They come to faith. It's a truly incredible story. But what I want to focus on is on verse 31 to 34, what the disciples are doing. So check this out, John 4:31 to 34. Meanwhile, the disciples were urging him, Rabbi, eat. But he said to them, I have food to eat that you do not know about. So the disciples said to one another, has anyone brought him something to eat? And Jesus said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me and to accomplish his work. What's going on here? Well, Jesus is literally telling them that he is being fed by doing the will of the Father. Can you imagine that? Doing the will of the Father in such a way that it actually feeds your heart? Well, the reality is, doing the will of the Father does feed your heart and your soul. Now listen, doing the will of the Father is different from doing our own will and trying to get God to get on board with our program and bless that. Jesus sought the will of the Father. Jesus surrendered to the will of the Father. And in so doing, it fed something deep in him. And that's what we've been learning in our rhythms, friends. We've been seeking the will of the Father, surrendering to him, and it's feeding something in us. Why would we ever want to stop those rhythms? So I just want to encourage you, friends, to keep on keeping on. We're one day away from finishing this incredible journey, and we have set rhythms of walking with God, and let's keep them going. A little bit about tomorrow. On day 21 in our video, we're going to take a little bit of time, and we're going to pray together. So until then, you pray for me, I'll pray for you. I love you, and I know you love me. Let's keep on keeping on, and I will see you tomorrow.